Okay, we are in the flight deck or the cockpit of an Airbus A321, which is the same as A320. We are now on runway 27 of Mumbai International. We will take off on runway 27, go west to the Arabian Sea, take a turn to a heading of 090, come back, and then finally approach runway 27 using the instrument landing system ILS. We start the right engine first. When it has spooled up to approximately 40%, we will take the bleed air and start the left engine. Okay, now both the engines are spooling up. We will move the engines. We will quickly run through what we see in the cockpit. This is the flap lever. For takeoff, we move to position 1, and for landing, we will bring all the way down to the position 4 or the full flap. This is the spoiler, speed brake. This is the transponder. This is the radio stack. This is the FMS or the FMC, flight management system. This is the stabilizer wheel, these two. These are the engine throttle control. This is the parking brake. Right now the parking brake is on. Before we take off, we will switch this off. This one for cranking down the landing gear in case it doesn't open. And in Airbus, unlike in the Boeing plane, you don't have a central column or a yoke. The plane is controlled by the side stick. Pitch up, pitch down, roll right, roll left. And these are the rudder pedals. Okay, our Airbus A321 is all set to go. Let me mute the engine noise. We will now switch to a 2D view for better clarity. Let's also pull up this throttle control pedestal here. We'll scan everything from right to left. This is the vertical speed. This is the altitude which we have set 2900. This is autopilot master switch. This is auto throttle. This is the course. We have set 271, which is the ILS runway 27. This is the heading indicator. You can see here right now this is the runway center line, which is 271. Now you can see this is the magnetic compass, heading compass. Now this is showing 27, and this is the plane. What you see here is the plane. This is the speed switch. This is the approach button. The flap is now set to number 1 position for takeoff. This is the artificial horizon. What you see blue is the sky. This is the ground or earth. This is the plane wing. So this is level now. This is the vertical speed indicator. That is the rate of ascent and descent. This is the altitude tape. Right now it is set for 2900, which is here. This is the roll angle, banking or roll angle. This is again showing the heading. It shows 271. This is the speed tape. It will reach the set speed of 225 knots. But for takeoff, we need a speed of 140 knots, which is called the velocity of rotation, VR speed. There are different speed, V1, V2, VR, VRF, so many. But let us now restrict to VR, which is the speed of rotation, velocity of rotation. At that speed, we will pull the yoke, in this case side stick, and allow the plane to pitch up. Then the plane climbs. Okay, now let us, for the passenger safety, we will release the brake, then take off. Let me move this. Now we will take the landing gear up and take the flaps back. Now we will take the heading to 165. Plane is now turning. I've changed the heading to 165. You can see the plane is now turning left. Here also you can see the heading. This is 165. It will come here. Let us see now. The plane has taken off on the runway center line. Then we have taken a turn 165. Now from here we will take a turn 090 to east. Then we will turn 310 and intercept this localizer of the ILS. Now we have changed the heading to 090. Now the plane is turning. The plane is turning left. You can see the sea, Arabian Sea. Now this is the GPS I have pulled up. This is the runway 27. We are on 09 heading, and once we reach 14-15 miles from the 27 threshold, we will take a turn to heading 310. Now you can see here again, this is GPS. This is what is called navigation display ND. Now this is the runway 27. Now we are going in this direction. Then we will take a turn and come and land this. We are now 7 nautical miles. This is the distance measuring equipment. Okay, now since we have some time, this is the engine parameters. This is the N1, which is the speed of the big fan, turbo fan in the front, and the low pressure compressor and turbine. This is the exhaust gas temperature EGT. This is the N2, which is the high speed compressor and turbine. This is the flap position. This is the fuel flow. No, this is fuel on board. This is fuel flow. Now for landing, we will bring the flap to full flap, which is flap position number 4. These are standby instrument, analog instruments. Okay, this is the spoiler. This is the aileron. which is allowing the plane to roll left and right. Now we are 12.7 nautical miles. You can see the altitude is 2900, speed is at 225. For landing, we need to bring down the speed to approximately 140 knots. That will have to be done progressively by changing the flap and reducing the speed. Each flap position has a particular speed. Okay, now we will turn the heading to 310. The plane is turning left. Plane is turning left. You can see the plane is turning left. Magnetic compass is turning. You can see. Okay, now let us look at this little carefully. This is the center line of the runway 270. We have to capture the center line of this. Now we are on 310 heading. This is 270 heading. Now this is the intercept angle of 40 degrees. Now when this plane reaches here, we will actuate this approach button. Then ILS will allow the plane to take a turn to 270 heading and align with the center line of the runway. The glide path will be captured subsequently. So now I will actuate the approach button. Also I will actuate this ILS button. The plane is now turning to this center line. Now we are 14 nautical miles from the runway. Reduce the speed to 200 and move the flap. This is flap 1, flap 2. You can see here flap 2. Now this is almost aligned with the runway. You can see the plane is almost aligned with the runway and you are on a heading of 271. Now you will see two diamonds here. This is the localizer and this is the glide slope. So this is capturing the center line. This is capturing the center line. This will be, when it is here, it will be capturing the glide slope. In this case, the 3-degree angle which was seen in the ILS chart. Now we will start preparing for our landing. Reduce the speed to 180 and move to flap 3. Flap 3. We just almost come to the center line. This is the vertical diamond. It's a full flap. Put the landing gear down. So that alarm was for the landing gear to be engaged. Now you can see the runway. Now you can see the runway there. There is a red light and a white light. That is called a PAPI, Precision Approach Path Indicator. We are on the 3-degree angle. We are on the right glide, that's the vertical profile of Earth. If both are red, we are below the glide slope. That is dangerous. If one is white, one is red, we are correctly on the glide slope. If both are white, we are above the glide slope and we need to correct. You can see the Arabian Sea there. We are only 5 nautical miles to the runway. The flaps are full. The speed now we have to reduce to 140. The landing speed of 140. The course is 271. The radio we will recheck, which is 110.3, which is the ILS of runway 27. The approach button is engaged. ILS is engaged. We are, this is the runway, this is the plane. We are 4 miles. It's nautical miles. It is approximately multiplied by 1.8 kilometers. The diamonds are in correct position for landing. The landing gear is down. Flaps are in the full position. The diamonds are in correct position for landing. The landing gear is down. Flaps are in the full position. This is the barometric altimeter. This is the radio altimeter. Finally, during touchdown, you will be depending on the radio altimeter. It gives you the direct height above the runway. The flap is in full position. This toggle button, that is take off, go around. For any reason, if you are not able to touch down correctly, you can abort the landing, press the toggle button, push the flaps back and increase the engine speed. See here, the plane is aligned with the runway. Now we will move to the 3D cockpit and see how do we complete the landing. It's only for clarity. I have pulled this instrument to a larger view. Now let us see how do we complete the landing. The diamonds are, these are the 2 diamonds I referred. This center line of the runway. This is the localizer, which is the center line of the runway. This is the glide path. We are 3.7 nautical miles. This is the runway. We keep watching the red and white light. Also these 2 diamonds.
Sync rate.
Now approximately 800 feet above and 2.3 nautical miles from the touchdown. In fact, 2 people fly the plane. One will be reading out and other one will be flying. The speed is now 142, which we have set here. Now let us replay the last part of our flight, how it came in and touched down. The flap is full. Landing gears are down. It will land on this rear wheel before this. It was slightly off the runway. With the rudder pedal I am correcting this in the center line. This is a spoiler or the speed brake. This opens automatically when the wheel touches the ground, and this is the flap, full flap. This is the view you will be seeing when you view through the window on touching down in an airport.